So, who are you guys? How do I know you? And how long have you guys been married?
So who are we? Ryan Barnett.
I'm Anna Barnett. We've been married for 5 years, and I'm your cousin.
What are the most important characteristics that assists in making a marriage last?
Honesty, I feel for sure. I feel honesty is a big thing with us. I mean, communication goes a long way.
Yeah.
So as long as the communication starts with honesty, I feel we're gonna last and be strong.
And having fun with each other. You gotta make sure you're friends with each other, and that way, you do have your friend, and it's not always just your husband or your wife. That's more than just that.
Right. All right. How does a marriage relationship change throughout its duration?
Well, people change. So as your marriage goes on, you change, your spouse change. So you both have to learn how to adapt to
You mature.
those
You have to
changes.
adapt to one another.
And then whatever else life throws at you, you gotta have to deal with that. So
Kids, etc. Things change.
anything financial. You lose a job, you gotta deal with that. So it's pretty much handling. I feel like handling whatever changes you go through, and then whatever life throws at you.
Just being able to adapt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. It was at this point where I recorded the video for the interview and the audio did not come through, so I'm giving you a brief overview of what was said throughout the interview. I asked, who are you, how do I know you, and how long have you been married? This is my Uncle Juve Moctezuma, and my aunt, Stephanie Moctezuma, and they have been married for 13 years. I asked them what was one of the most important characteristics that assist in making a marriage last, and they pretty much said it's all about communication, learning how to cope together through the tough times, learning how to cope when fighting goes on and overcoming that, and just strengthening their relationship. That was one of the key things that they mentioned. The other question I asked them was, how does a marriage change throughout its duration? They said as they get older, the jobs will change. Also, as the marriage gets longer, kids come into the equation, and when the kids come into the equation, that changes everything. And they talked about how they love having their one-on-one time, and they usually find that best on Sunday mornings when their three boys are over at Sunday school. That gives them their time after their church service to go get some lunch one-on-one, and they can catch up on everything that was missed, and they can stay healthy in their relationship. How do I know you, and how long have you guys been married?
My name's William Dick, my wife Linda Dick, and you're my son Christian.
And we've been married for 20
Having a relationship with Christ for a marriage.
Marriage is probably the most important thing in a man or a woman's life. It's a lifelong commitment, and it's also a commitment that you have to make to God. It's a promise you make to God, and it's also an important foundation for your children that you have to pass the faith on to
Explain
them.
one event that challenged your marriage.
Well, there's not one particular problem that comes to mind, but marriage is a number of disagreements and problems that we have to face together in life.
Just kind of get through together.
So, who are you? How do I know you? And how long have you been married?
¿Cómo me llamas?
¿Cómo se llama? Soy la abuelita de Cristian y tengo 55 años de casada.
Soy Socorro Moctezuma. Soy la abuelita de Cristian y tengo 55 años de casada.
She says her name is Socorro Moctezuma. She is Christian's grandma, and she's been married for 55 years.
What is one importance of having a relationship with Christ for a marriage?
¿Cuál es la importancia de tener la religión de Cristo, que ser cristiana en el matrimonio?
Es que nuestros padres nos inculcaron la religión católica y es la que ejercemos hasta la fecha.
She said that her husband and their parents were Catholic, and they grew up Catholic, and it's very, very important for them to attend Catholic Church and their beliefs.
All right. Characterize or explain one challenge that was faced throughout the marriage.
¿Cuál fue difícil? Una etapa cuando usted y mi papá estuvieron casados.
Cuando estábamos con la familia chiquitos y él se iba a trabajar y yo me quedaba en la casa, en el hogar, con la familia.
She said that her and her husband had 10 children, and it was very, very hard at one time when her husband was gone to work every day for 14, 16-hour shift, and she was left alone with all 10 children by herself. It was very, very difficult time in their marriage.
Okay. Right. Gracias. Overall, my reflection about the project, I've learned a lot about marriage. I've learned that communication is one of the biggest keys in a marriage. You need to always let you know what your spouse is. It's always great to know what's going on, how their day is going. It's very important. I found this out through my interview with my cousin Christy and Ryan. Also, one thing I learned was how the marriage changes throughout the relationship through my Uncle Huve and Aunt Stephanie. They taught me that your marriage starts off very fun, very energetic, and then throughout its duration, you tend to want to build a family, you want to have kids. So you have kids, and then next thing you know, you're having fun at the same time, but you're also taking care of multiple kids, or as many kids as you have. So this project has taught me a lot, and I'm looking forward to marriage.